Welcome to mid-August at Gasper Cottage, and it's the early morning, really early, but the light is so beautiful I had to come out and video. In today's video, what I wanted to look at is the power of repetition and rhythm in gardening, and how as an artist I use that to lead the eye, to inform what you're looking at, and to make sense of occasionally chaotic areas. So in here, there are various elements that get repeated. First off, I think you've got to look at foliage colour. So I've got these bold purple lumps of the cotinus, and then I've got a berberis, then I've got a dark leaf dahlia, then I've got a little low form of berberis again, and then I've got another cotinus in the corner. So that creates an anchoring. In the foreground, there's the repeated use of this oregano. So this is dotting all along the border. It's not necessarily regular, it's not necessarily symmetrical. I don't know that I've even counted how many clumps there are. So how many have I got? I've got kind of really 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 lumps. 7 lumps. An uneven number. Everyone says uneven numbers are better. Then right now, particularly covered in the dew, the flat heads of the sedum are a very powerful element. They've only got just the vaguest hint of pink emerging, but they are glorious, and they dot along through the border, and they kind of come forwards and backwards, and there's some the other side of the path, there's some this side of the path. And then the last bit are the kind of white flower heads. And I use white quite a lot in this border, really because in the evening, when this is in the shade, the sun sets behind this wall, the white colours really glow in that kind of gloomy evening colour. And so you've got the dots of the whites, which at the moment are mainly dahlias, sort of 3 or 4 different kinds of dahlias, but there's all sorts going on in there. But that, I think, creates a flow, which when you look at it like that, it's just dotted along. But when you walk past it or through it, it leads you on and gives you an amazing sense of flow and creativity to the bed. It's not just the flowers, it's also the shapes. One of the things I'm lucky to have here are beautiful buildings. And it's taken me a while to work out how to work with them. Originally, these lumps of privet were columns, and then they became barrels and fatter barrels. And gradually they got really too dominant in this bed. And then I had the idea of getting Jack to clip them to match the little roof of the privy beyond, which I set myself as a pretty inspired idea. Designers go on about how you should have 3 of things, and obviously I only had 2 lumps of privet. But now that I've got them and the roof, it's 3, which means as you walk around, they form really interesting relationships. And having just talked about the power of 3, here I want to look at a pair. So I have a pair of box blobs, and they're definitely a pair. I mean, they are not matched, they are not identical, but they form a wonderful kind of entryway to this path. I don't know if you can see it, but if I come down, what we're aiming for here is that the way they're clipped is designed to kind of echo the shapes of the trees on the hillside beyond. Out in the forest garden, you could be forgiven for thinking that this is all just chaos and natural and rewilding. It's actually nothing of that. And in my mind, the repeated use of this little silver-leafed plant, I think is an Artemisia, I'll check and put it in the video, gives a strong sense that this is a design space. There it comes again. And another one, and it's just leading you on this barely visible little path. But occasionally you just got to stop and stare. And look at that, we're just getting the rising sun. Good morning everybody, wherever you are and whenever you're watching it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Do subscribe.